Yo, what is up, everybody? This is your boy Virus. And since I know most people that are subscribed to my channel um are set up to get notifications when I make a new video, you aren't gonna be able to see this until in the morning when you wake up, or later on when you're on lunch break or whatever you do during the day. Um, but this is the first review of the new year. Even though it's kind of running a little late, being it being the 17th and not the 16th, like my computer is fucking lying to me. Um, I figured, um, because while I was over in Washington, I noticed that my fiance Teresa's, uh, uh, I noticed that my future mother-in-law had the complete collection of sorry about that, of the Mummy series, and I figured what best to do this than the Mummy series. In all actuality, she has a collection of the first, second, and third one in a box set. But I just got done watching the third one. Figured I'd be like, I honestly think that the first and second one were a really great movie. Um, Set based in Egypt, even though mummies are all over the world. You got different processes for mummies everywhere, from Egypt to China to Peru to everywhere. And I honestly love these movies because it has to do with Egypt, except for the third movie, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which is set after I don't know how many years. Honestly, this movie probably came out like I don't know when it came out. It doesn't even say on the back of the box. 2008. And the first one came out in like 2003, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, they were amazing movies. The graphics are always on point. Um, I like the way they went about with the first one, where they had to, where they accident. I would say accidentally, um, awoken, awakened. Sorry. Oh God, sorry about that. It's 4:15 in the morning, by the way. They accidentally awakened Emotep, who had been put into uh, a sarcophagus while he was still alive. They cut his tongue out, and I'm not gonna say they removed his eyes because during the scene where they showed that it happening, they didn't remove his eyes. But you figure 3,000 years, your eyes are gonna fucking rot anyways. So uh, they wind up defeating him, and he winds up coming back in the second one. Only this time it's to defeat the Scorpion King, which was supposed to lead into this movie, The Scorpion King featuring The Rock, which I don't really count as canon in the timeline for The Mummy. If it did, it'd be a prequel to The Mummy Returns. Basically, like how the Scorpion King became a king. Period. Um, Not too much. A lot happened in the second movie. Evie or Evelyn, um, started having like these vivid dreams, and like she'd have visions of a past life where she was like this princess and shit. Nefertiti, by the way, and come to find out that she is the reincarnate. Come to find out later in the movie, she is the reincarnation of Nefertiti, just like this girl that is resurrecting Imhotep again is the reincarnation of his long lost love, Anaxunamun, Anaxunamun. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. And he comes back, gets full powered up, boom, and he winds up resurrecting and bringing Anaxunamun's soul back from the underworld and putting it in the reincarnated body. And then Evie winds up dying later on, after being, I think she was shot. No, she was stabbed from behind by Anaxunamun while they were at the temple for the Scorpion King. And then everybody, like they get in there, and then Imhotep enters, and then finds out, like he enters in between these two statues, and the god of death. I'm assuming he's the god of death. I've heard that he's just like a keeper of the dead, not the god of death. There is a god of death in the Egyptian world. I'm just 100% not sure that it was him, Anubis. But Anubis strips Imhotep of all his powers, basically saying, you can't have any powers. You have to be able to defeat the Scorpion King as a mortal. Which seems kind of impossible because by the time the Scorpion King, the Rock, comes out, he's like this half man, half scorpion beast. And you know how the fuck you gonna beat something like that when you're obviously powerless. But they find out that there's this gold stick that Jonathan's been carrying around for years was a spear, and main protagonist, whatever the fuck his name was again, O'Connell winds up killing him with the spear. The end of the movie. The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was really badass. Even though it was a really short movie, only coming in at an hour and like 38 minutes, something like that. Hour 52 minutes. Honestly, it was a short movie, but they had a lot of stuff crammed into it. They had Jet Li playing the dragon, the emperor, or in the beginning he was only a king, and then he took his army across China and conquered it and became the emperor of China. And then he was aging, and he didn't want to age no more. He had mastered, like controlling elements and stuff, and like he didn't want to age no more. So he had his general, his trusted friend, his main man, his top general, go and find this witch who said that he found out that she knew a way of making him immortal, and she winds up cursing him in the end. And he winds up getting frozen along with his whole army, turned into terracotta warrior statues. And if he gets resurrected, the whole army gets the whole schmeal. You know how it is with mummies and shit in that movie. One comes along, the rest of it comes along. And then they got to stop him from getting to the pool of life, which is in Shangri-La, which was pretty cool. The fight scenes were amazing. Jet Li did an amazing job playing the Dragon Emperor. The graphics were kind of crazy, especially when he transformed into a three-headed dragon, and then some kind of weird other beast. The Yetis were insane. I loved the Yetis. Recommended to be watched, the whole series, including the Scorpion King. Not the other two that came not the other three that came after it. Just these 4 movies. Even though I don't really like The Scorpion King and it's not canon to the timeline of the. I think it is, but it. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck I am with that. I give it a. This is harsh. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. But do recommend it. Go to your library, get in the individuals out, or try and find out if you can get the whole collection out. Borrow from a friend. I'm pretty sure everybody that sees this video has already watched it. Or go out and buy it yourself. Virus. Oh, and I'd like to give a shout out to a new subscriber, Nisa. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm Virus, and I am out.